AntonBlast featuring Annie. We're gonna go ahead and switch to that color, a frosted color. Let's see.
Frosting her, folks. Artists, prepare your accounts.
Let's see. That's not it. There, that's frosted.
Let me see.
Is it actually frosting though?
She's Beetlejuice.
All right.
Oh god, why did we have to add that sound effect with that? she just took a facial, man. She just took a cream pie. Okay, just gotta say it.
All right, let's go and deal with the boss, or the mini boss rather. Woo! Yeah, we're blitzing through this.
Hey, now we're not German.
Annie versus Small Buster.
Related to Ball Buster, but not really.
Oh wow, I forgot about the giant fist.
I cast Fist. Bippity boppity alakazam. I cast Fist.
Got him. Now, giant cannon.
Oh no, it is a cannon.
Ooh, man. Woo! Ah, oh, darn it. I missed everything except that one.
You fucking what, mate?
I like this section. Okay. Boom. There you go. Ooh, we got these things. The return of these things. Ooh, I'm quiet for a reason. Super concentrating. Oh, ran out. Okay.
Hey, you got one or whatever it is.
Oh, here we go. Oh! Poor little guy was trying to take us on head on.
You gotta prevent his guts.
Terrible, no, good execution, but a terrible plan.
Yeah, we had the size advantage. I only got hit once. That's pretty funny. Did way better with this one than I did with the Tall Buster. Alright, ooh, level 9. Number 9. Alright, well before we do that, let's go and change colors. So, explodes.
I'm feeling bold. Let's go with the mystery color.
This one, huh? Okay. Let's go ahead and change color. Unfortunately, there's no way to... Oh, it was down here the entire time? Ah. I need the right channel for this. There you go. That's flat out Mario Land, right?
I don't know.
Alright, let's
Looks
see.
like a bird.
Mom stress. Cherry blossom.
Big swamp run.
Minty fresh. Is that the one we got?
Maybe.
That's-
Did you ever get any minty fresh before?
I don't remember.
Cephalopod.
Green gal. Yeah,
I'm
class.
just saying words.
Yeah, I think it
Yeah,
was.
must be.
Let's go put that one on then. Alright, I forget what level that is. Alright, what's this one? What is this one? What is this?
What's this? What's this?
They're making Anton to insanity.
That's a Crash Bandicoot reference.
Yes.
Oh my god, he's a faggot.
What? It's like the second time you said that, Ben. There's something you want to tell us?
It's from the animated movie Frisk the Cat, which is
What?
not at all appropriate. You never heard of it?
No.
You are not ready for this. You are not ready for
Is
this.
this a 90s movie?
I don't know what year it was. The 70s, the 80s.
Oh, okay. So it definitely was not in the time of 2024. Gotcha.
No. Is that where you're going? What?
Yeah,
What
because
the
it's
hell are you
like.
talking about? Wait, you think this is recent? You think anyone could
Hey,
say
hey,
nowadays,
people-
oh my god, he's a faggot? You think they could say that
people forget that Tropic Thunder was not too far away from us. All right.
Well, yes, but that's Robert Downey Jr., okay? You can't say he's doing that out of a disrespectful thing. Django Unchained, honestly, has a bit more beef. But Samuel Jackson gave the go-ahead for Leonardo. He gave the end card pass to him. So,
Really?
yeah, Leonardo apparently expressed discomfort about having to say the N-word on screen, but Samuel Jackson just sat him down. He says, listen, you're gonna say it, okay? It's Samuel Jackson. If he tells you can say it, motherfucker, you better say it.
Well, that explains why Samuel Jackson was okay with kissing another dude in the that was it his standalone show.
I mean, it's Samuel Jackson. Who wouldn't want to kiss him? If you don't say he wouldn't want to kiss him, you're a liar.
All right, what's this? Where does this take me? Nope, just there. All right. It's weird. We're like, okay, so we're minty fresh in a place such as this, the most rundown area.
What's a place like you doing in a player like this?
Woo! All right.
Hey, cow. You're gonna to move, motherfucker.
All right. So did you ever watch Cow and Chicken back then?
Yes.
You were talking about like you were not able to see that show, right? At one point, you're not allowed to watch it.
Well, just because I wasn't allowed to watch it doesn't mean I couldn't sneak in a glance when it would appear.
No. I'm not questioning that. Just I want to make sure I have my story straight, right? Because I had something similar to share. So Johnny Bravo was that cartoon my parents did not want me watching. It was that and Powerpuff Girls.
Really? Oh, well, Powerpuff Girls, it is violent. Okay.
Well, it was never about
My-
violence. My parents didn't want me watching a girls' cartoon. Little did they know.
No, see, my cousins, when we would go out this summer, they told us, it's like, oh yeah, we're not allowed to watch Powerpuff Girls and Power Rangers. They're violent. It's like, well, yeah, there's fighting in it, but violent? Literally cartoon levels of violence. And maybe potentially young teenagers getting imperiled.
I believe at one point Powerpuff Girls had blood in it when they were fighting
It has blood.
the Rowdy Rough Boys. I remember that.
Oh, it's not just that. A lot of times, if they fight Mojo Jojo, the green monkey, his little hat case thing does break, and you do see slight exposed brain matter at times. But I mean, it's like, oh, hey, look, a brain. So that's what it looks like. Monkey brain.
I still love that episode where Mojo does the exact same thing from one plot ago, and he only changes one thing to the plan, thinking that it would change his fate, only to realize it was still very stupid. Do you remember that episode?
I do that.
Yeah, there was an episode. The original episode was he turns Powerpuff Girls into dogs, and
Oh wait, I think I remember that barely though.
Yeah, and
That
so
sounds-
they end up biting his butt, and he ends up losing, right? So what ends up happening is that in the next episode, like later on, he does the exact same thing. The Powerpuff Girls are like onto that. They're like, "Isn't it weird? Haven't we done this already?" And he goes, "Yes, but the only thing I changed was that I'm not turning you into dogs, so that way you do not bite my butt. But in the unlikelihood that you do happen to bite my butt, I put a butt protection cover on it." and
wow, genius monkey intelligence, and that was the only thing you changed.
yeah, and so what ends up happening is that was it Blossom's the leader, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so she looks at the girls and she's like, okay, well, I guess we're just gonna beat you up then. You didn't turn us into
And he's like,
dogs.
oh.
Yeah, and he's like, I did not think about that plan.
Actually, my favorite episodes are the one where the announcer says, and once again, today they say, thanks to Mojo Jojo. Because it's revealed in their backstory that when Professor Utonium was trying to create these perfect little girls that he always wanted,
Yeah.
don't ask. So apparently,
It gets even
Mojo
worse than that.
Jojo, yeah, Mojo Jojo was his pet and not a evil villain. But apparently, while he was mixing in the chemicals, Mojo bumped into the professor, and that's how the chemical X got mixed into it. And after the girls were brought into this world, don't ask, apparently he just straight up abandoned the damn monkey or ran away. I don't know. The version that seems most likely is that he just started doting on these girls so much that he just neglected the monkey.
Well,
monkey decided
Actually, the monkey was a really bad monkey, so... And he also got infected with AntonBlast, which gave him that giant brain.
Well,
So
in
he
the first
just,
version
like-
within the show, it shows that he just he cracked his head a little bit open, and then his brain just became exposed. But then apparently, since his brain case was no longer there, he could expand his knowledge, and thus became an evil being. Although in the Powerpuff Girls movie, he does actually use some chemical X to enhance other apes, to basically have a Planet of the Apes style animated Powerpuff Girl.
well,
Okay, but here's something even funnier.
what?
There was an episode where Mojo Jojo traveled back in time.
Oh yeah, it was a time paradox. No, it was a stable time loop thing. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I was just about to bring that up.
Dimension.
So basically, he went back in time to get the professor not to make the Powerpuff Girls.
How does one do that?
But he's the reason. But because of this, the professor got inspired to make the Powerpuff Girls.
That's only because they chased him back in time, and he came to after getting conked in the head, and he saw the Powerpuff Girls flying there, and he got
Yeah,
inspired to make the perfect little
if
girls.
Mojo Jojo didn't do anything.
Yeah.
Exactly. Wait, so that means because he wanted to change the past, ended up creating the future that there is. So yeah, it's a closed time loop.
Yeah, it was always meant to be. That's normally the
Damn.
yeah.
I could appreciate shows that just show that the fact that the closed time loop exists, rather than just saying it's like, okay, paradox. Although, I don't mind it when there's a paradox. But I've seen that in other animated shows like Gargoyles. Yes, Gargoyles has time travel. It's actually very convoluted. Gargoyles, the scary Disney Channel Batman show.
By the way, in terms of time travel, I think the most logical thing to do is do the stable time loop, as opposed to doing anything else with time travel where things just get completely confusing. Ah, I died.
I mean, the people think of the butterfly effect, and it's like, okay, so if you go back in time and change one thing, it'll have an effect. It's like, okay. It's like Back to the Future. I mean, there's some different quantum physics involved with all of this. Honestly, I like the Avengers version of it, only because it doesn't exactly fuck things up in the present. But it does cause you to think, well, hold on, what the fuck, what if this happens? I mean, Doctor Strange's master, the Ancient One, quite literally said, it's like, yeah, but if you move that out of the time stream, it's going to create a problem. Time will literally fall apart on itself. Not if we return it back to where it was. We'll literally be there and back again. That's it. It's like, oh, so bullshit, in other words.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, also, fun fact, the fact that we call it quote-unquote time travel is actually misleading, because when you think about it, the Earth is never in the same space twice. Think about how the universe works. Think about how the solar system works. You cannot just go back in time. You have to literally move all the forces of nature, of the universe, of our solar system to literally get back to the same time and space location of where you were at.
I think you're thinking about it too hard.
Look, here's the thing. If you're in one spot and you just dial back time, you will be in an empty void if you're lucky. Because you are not moving, technically. You know, you see something like that old 2001 movie, yes, it's old by comparison now, The Time Machine, where the guy, you know, sits in a stationary time machine and he just moves time forward and things move around him. Now, I suppose one could argue and saying, oh, well, you know, how's that affecting time and space? He's moving along with the space. He's just keeping in place with the Earth. That is his fixed point. But then you have something like a goddamn DeLorean from Back to the Future, something that can actually move, and it's like...
Yeah.
Look, we call it time machines. It's like, yes, but it cannot just affect time, because what does time affect? Everything. Your perception, physical space, matter, and energy. Time is essentially energy that is going through entropy, and it's taking a long time to die out. So essentially, if you could potentially follow that stream somehow, then yeah, one could. No, I'm not on caffeine, by the way.
Oh no, I totally understand. I'm just seeing that ominous thing in the background.
Alright, I can't find anything about it, so I'm assuming maybe you just have to stay there and watch. Oh, there he is. Stay there and watch him hammer that one nail.
See, I find a funnier version of time travel is what Dr. Doom did in comics. Apparently, for one thing, he managed to stop himself from aging, went back in time to the beginning of humanity, and just casually became a Highlander and just lived through all the histories of Earth to gather as much knowledge as possible, to get back to the present, to then try and defeat the Fantastic Four or some shit like that.
Did it work?
Obviously not.
Oh, no,
yeah, the fact that Reed Richards just casually breaks the time barrier and just no one gives a shit.
Oh no, it's Mecha Satan.
When one looks at Mr. Fantastic, you realize, okay, out of all the smartest men on the planet and the universe, he is arguably the stupidest.
And that's coming from a universe where there's Hank Pym.
Okay, it's not just that. Here's the thing. Hank Pym created a particle, but he has these safeguards. He looks after his shit. The only time it kind of fucked up was when the next Ant-Man took his shit because he was working under some debt or some mob or something, and he had to steal something important. He stole...
And then he went crazy and turned into the Hornet or whatever.
Yellow Jacket. Close enough, yeah. Yeah, there's that too. Then you look at Iron Man. Listen, dude had alcohol problems, but more than that, dude was too smart for his own good. Now, that's not to say that he didn't make any... Yeah, also, Hank Pym made Ultron. Do we need to say more? But Iron Man, it's like, he's sometimes too smart for his own good, where he sometimes does more harm by trying to do good. But then you have Mr. Fantastic, the guy who casually breaks through time, space, and other dimensions. And who I might add in comics actually saves Galactus from dying. But in fairness to him, if Galactus had actually perished, then all that power that's stored up inside him would have actually created a second Big Bang and no more universe.
I can't believe I got that on my first try.
Yeah, back to the game.
Sorry, did you see what was happening during that time? We got to fight down a whole bunch of Mecha Satans. Stylized in a very Sega Saturn style.
Fuck it, Gundam. Gundam style. Gundam style.
All right. Before we conclude this part, let's go ahead and swap some colors. Ben, it's your turn. What would you like to see?
That heart has a mustache.
Yeah, it does.
Do it.
No, that's a health. I'm talking about the color. So the colors are typically the one you see on the right middle, and in the left bottom, or like the mystery one, which is the one with the question mark.
Purple.
Purple? Okay.
Purple.
Yeah, let's go ahead and let's go and change into this, and we'll see what it looks like in the next episode. Until then, everybody, bye bye.